Welcome to the Real Game Kenyans, ladies and gentlemen. With a huge political rally that has been made by the president across the country, all are in vain. William Ruto is a one-term president, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly take a minute of your time, subscribe to our podcast, like our videos, so that whenever we make such videos, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now, it was a huge political blunder made by the president by losing the Mount Kenya nation. The politics of Kenya are being driven by the Mount Kenya nation. We have no doubts about this, ladies and gentlemen. The kicking out of Rigathi Gachagua was a huge political blunder. And today, it carries the mountain. Because Mount Kenya are the people who have demonstrated a political loyalty, and they are so determined to take President William Ruto home. Statistically, there is a region that contributes the highest number of votes in the politics of the nation. And today, they're not speaking the same script with the president. You see, the president thought that kicking Rigathi Gachagua out will weaken the man politically. And there is a man that has really reformed and is a political giant today in that particular region. Kikuyus are going to take William Ruto's home, ladies and gentlemen. Look, with the Gen Zs, the youths, you see, when William Ruto came to power, William Ruto won the souls of the youths. He was so friendly to the youths. He convinced the youths about the jobs. But today, these particular groups of people feel frustrated, they feel betrayed, they are so disappointed by this particular regime. Because being frank and truthful, where are the jobs? Because in the streets of the nation, youths are jobless. And again, these are the particular groups that have really suffered. The Gen Zs. The president, this particular regime has punished these particular groups more than any other group. During the Gen Z's protest, they were killed in a blood cold daylight. And these particular people are so angered and determined that, you see, it is a done deal. Enough is enough. You're going home. Yes. Because look, with the new voters, today we are talking about the 6 million new voters. And these are the youths, the first timers. Let's argue, maybe William Ruto takes a third of these particular groups. He's gonna lose the three quarter of this group. That is, I can tell you, without any fear or contradiction, that he cannot pull out the 3/4 of this particular group. Yes, you see, these groups are also being advantaged because some of the key political figures are speaking their voice. A good example are Kina Babus, the Kina Sifunas. These are people who are really fueling this particular group with a fresh energy, with the mobilization that has been done by these groups. Over the recent past, we've seen how a man, for example, Sifuna, has been able to pull the masses and is giving the president a sleepless night. These people are selling their agenda and it's sinking deep to the youth that, you know what, the president is a betrayer. He has failed. He has failed to execute his promises he made to the youths. And youths are so determined to take President William Ruto. Ladies, there is no magic. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no magic here. Because to carry the day, you have to pocket the youth. As we saw, because the other time when Ruto pocketed the youth, he was so friendly to the youth. But today, there is great enmity between between the two people. The civil servants. I'm talking about the house levy. These people are so angered and so determined that enough is enough. President William Ruto, there is a done deal story. You're going home. Because President has invaded their salaries. Today, their pay slips. You see, the other regime, the Uhuru Kenyatta's regime, it was a little bit lower as compared to this. Because we never had the house levy. These are the groups of people, their money are being deducted, but they are not seeing the value. Take a good example, the SHA. You've heard how many times these people are crying that SHA is not working, yet their monies are being deducted. And you see, these are the groups, the elites that you see, they cannot convince. They know what is right and what is wrong. You just have to argue with these people. So, President has done injustice to these particular groups of people. By the way, with about 300 billion civil servants who are determined that President William Ruto is going home, convince me, where do you think is going to win? Let's maybe take another third of it for those who maybe will be coming from this side, who are so determined and best, who will vote based on the trouble line. Maybe give him a third of that. The quarter. We are talking about maybe 2.5 million voters voting against President William Ruto, and is still not convinced that you don't see President William Ruto going home. It is a done deal here. Again, the departure of the late former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga is also a big blow to this particular regime. You will agree that Raila Odinga saved the president from going home when the Gen Z really brought pressure to the government. He saved the president from going home. Today, Raila is normal because Raila controlled the countries. Raila had great regional. There are so many regions that was listening to this particular man. I'm talking about the Nyanza, go to Western, go to Coast, go to the northern part of the nation. But today, this man is nowhere because these are the people who are so loyal to the man. So with the departure of Raila Odinga, the president is going to get his wrath. Today we are talking about the broad-based. But the president is not able to convince and 100% take the Luo nation. A good example is Sierra County, with their governor being anti-government. We've seen Governor Orengo being in the Linda Mwananchi section where he's really fighting the government. He's saying the government, President William Ruto, is a one-term. Even if that particular community decides to vote for William Ruto, talk about their numbers. And the history have it that these people never votes. If they used to give that particular number with their son, the late Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, today they're not going to see the face of their man in the ballot. Do you tell me they are going to Vince Alu, this particular community, to come out in large numbers to vote for the president, which is not coming from their side? It is going to be a battle. It's going to be so hard on the president. So, ladies and gentlemen, this narrative that some people are still storing from the corners, the corridors, that, president might be a two-term. Get it from me. President William Ruto is going home. Is going to serve as a one-term. We've had narrative that, you see, this is a man that has defeated even the system. See, there is this particular quote that you can fool some people sometime, but you cannot fool everybody every time. This will be the end game of President William Ruto. Thank you.